1. The subtlety of Qalb. The prophethood and the knowledge concerning Qalb was granted to Adam Safi Allah. The fleshy heart is known as Dil in Urdu and Fawad in Arabic. The spiritual faculty clung to the physical heart is known as Qalb. The prophethood and knowledge pertaining to the faculty of Qalb was granted to Adam. According to a prophetic tradition, the heart is different from the faculty of Qalb. This phenomenal world is known as Nasit, the terrestrial realm. Besides this, there are other realms also, such as Malakut, the realm of angels, Ankabut, the realm of God's throne, Jabrut, the realm of souls, station of Gabriel, Lahut, the realm of nothingness, Wadat, the realm of divine unity, and Adiyat, the realm of divine oneness. These realms and the creatures thereof pre-existed the explosion of the spheroid of fire in the terrestrial realm of Nasit. The angels and the souls were created simultaneously. However, the archangels and the subtleties of the breast Latif already existed in these realms. Subsequently, creatures inhabited many planets in the realm of Nasit. Some of the planets have been annihilated, and the rest await their end. The archangels and the subtleties of the breast were created 70,000 years prior to the command, be of the souls. Qalb was kept within the place of love, and through Qalb man is supposed to be connected with God. Similitude of Qalb is like that of the telephone operator between man and God. Man receives the divine reason and revelation through Qalb. Footnote: a dalil, the divine argument/reason, is always accompanied by ilham, inspiration. Ilham is not authentic if it is not accompanied by a dalil. The worship of all the subtleties of the breast Latif reaches the empyrean of God, Arshibala, through Qalb. However, Qalb does not have access beyond the realm of Malakut. Its destination is cooled. Its mode of worship and its method of saying the rosary both lie within the human anatomy. Those that earned paradise but were unaware of this inner worship would regret it in the paradise. Because God says, do they perceive that God would equal them with the pious ones? Because those with the enlightened Qalb would continue to remember in the paradise. Footnote: cooled is the lowest grade of the paradise. Worship of the body ends after demise. The unenlightened subtleties of the breast, including the Qalb, would either stay weak or decay in the graves. The enlightened and powerful ones would enter the place of Ayal-Ain. Subsequent to the day of judgment, new bodies will be given to all. These subtleties, along with the human soul, will be placed in the bodies of immortal saints who saw God in the phenomenal world. Those who managed to revive their subtleties and remembered God in this world would remember God in the hereafter also. Consequently, their level and ranks would be constantly promoted. Those whose hearts were blind here, they would remain blind in the hereafter also. This phenomenal world is the place of practice for deeds and actions, so they would become stagnant in terms of performance of good deeds. The Christians, the Jews, and the Hindus also are aware of the subtleties. The Hindu term for the subtleties is Shakti in Indarian, and the Muslim term for them is Latif. Qalb is located on the left of the heart 2 inches away, and its color is yellow. Consequent to its revival, man begins to observe and feel yellowish light in the eyes. Some spiritual mentors also heal people with colors. Most people regard the counseling of their heart to be truthful. The Qalb of a common man is senseless snowbar. Its counseling may be influenced by its naivety, the whisperer khanas, or the self-nafs. Therefore, it may err in judgment. Reliance on a Qalbi snowbar senseless heart is folly. When the heart is revived with God's remembrance, it begins to differentiate between good and bad and gains sensibility. This is known as Qalbi Salim, the secured heart. Due to the abundance of God's remembrance, it is turned and directed towards God. This is known as Qalbi Munib, the heart turned to God. It is able to prevent the man from the committance of vice. However, it still lacks the power of correct decision. It turns to Qalb-e-Shahid, the witnessing heart, when God's light begins to fall upon it. Divine merciful sight descends upon broken hearts and broken graves. At this moment, undoubtedly, submit to whatever comes from the heart, as theophanies turn nafs also into mutma'inna, the divinely content self. God is then closer to him than his jugular vein. At this stage, God then declares, I become his tongue with which he speaks, and I become his hands with which he holds. 2. The human soul. The prophethood and the knowledge concerning the soul was granted to Abraham. The human soul is near to the right side of the breast. It is awakened by loud chanting and visualization of God's name upon it. Consequently, a throb-like movement becomes prominent at it also. The name Ya Allah is synchronized with this subtlety. Now 2 subtleties are engaged in God's remembrance. Such a person's spiritual status is greater than that of those who only revive their heart. The soul is dark red in color, revival of which renders access to the realm of Jabrut. Wrath and anger are attached to it, which transform into majesty by the divine heat. 3. The subtlety of Siri's secret. The prophethood and the knowledge concerning Siri was granted to Moses. This is located between the left side of the breast and the center of the chest. It is revived by loud chanting and visualization of the name Yahayu, Yayum. Its color is white. It reaches Lahut, the realm of nothingness, through dreams and spiritual journey. With the addition of this subtlety, now 3 of them are engaged in God's remembrance, and the rank of such a person is further increased. For the subtlety of Kafi Arcane, its prophethood and knowledge was granted to Jesus Christ. This subtlety is towards the right of the breast from the center of the chest. It is revived by loud chanting of the name Yawahid. It is green in color. It reaches Wadat, the realm of divine unity. Now 4 of them are engaged in God's remembrance, and the rank of such a person is further increased. 5. The subtlety of Akfa obscure. Its prophethood and knowledge was granted to Muhammad. This subtlety is in the center of the chest. It is revived by loud chanting of the name Yahad. It is violet in color. It also is related to the veil in the realm of Wadat, the realm of divine unity, behind which is the throne of God. The knowledge of the 5 subtleties of the breast was granted to the 5 grand messengers categorically. Half a portion of the knowledge of each subtlety was transferred to the saints from these grand messengers. There were thus 10 parts of the esoteric knowledge, and the saints then transmitted this knowledge to the elite. The knowledge of the exterior, the physical body, and utterance of the tongue all relate to the realm of Nasit and the Nafs. This is for common folks. Its knowledge is stored in Scripture, which has 30 chapters. The esoteric knowledge also was granted to the prophets through revelation. Why? Hence, it is also known as the esoteric Scripture. Sometimes the esoteric knowledge would slip out of Muhammad's tongue in public, that which was confined to the elite only. Therefore, some of the verses of the Quran would later be abrogated. This inner knowledge was practiced and carried on from one heart to another in the chain of saints. Now, this knowledge has been made accessible to the common folks also, through books. 6. The subtlety of Ana. It is located in the head and is colorless. Dike remembrance of Yah, who is its culmination. It, having gained spiritual strength, reaches and sees God unveiled and manages to speak with God. This is the station of divine lovers. Besides this, some of God's favorites are also conferred on them other special divine spirits, such as Taifal Li-Nuri, spirit of God's light, and Jasa-e-Tawfiq-Ali, spirit of God. Understanding such elites is beyond the power of intellect. Through the subtlety of Ana, God can be seen in dreams. Through the Jasa-e-Tawfiq-Ali, divine sub-spirit, God can be seen in transcendental meditation, Muraqabah, and those that possess Taifal Li-Nuri, God's image gifted to the elite of the elite, which are only 7 in total, and they are known as Sultan al-Fuqra, see God in the state of consciousness. The world knows them as the might of God. They may, on their accord, convey anyone to the Maqam Mahmud, the station of praise and glory, either through worship austerities, or through their merciful glance. Believer or disbeliever, dead or alive, matters not in their eyes. Just as a thief became a saint with a single merciful glance of Abdul Qadir Jilani, Abu Bakr Hari, and Mangadaku also became saints following a glance from such elites. All 5 of the grand messengers were, categorically, given knowledge pertaining to the subtlety they belong to. Hence, spirituality continued to grow in strength and quality. Whichever subtlety you will revive and engage with God's remembrance, you will deserve to obtain grace of the concerned Grand Messenger and will be connected with him. Whichever subtlety comes under the theophanies of God, you will be granted sainthood concerning that particular subtlety. Access to the 7 realms and acquisition of different grades in the 7 paradises are also through the subtleties of the breast.